told a pregnant woman, you can't really have the same kind of career you're gonna have because, your child needs a mother. We're gonna have to take you off this event. Talked about sex acts, talked about condoms, talked about the size of his own penis, made comments about the physical appearance of female staffers, including the Suns dancers, talked about the significant other of a player and her alleged sexual proclivities around other employees, dropped his pants and his underwear while a physical trainer was performing a fitness examination on him. And the report concluded that he did none of that out of racial or gender-based animus.
Why won't people talk about the moon landing? Is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. It's like retarded. So the one thing in the last 60 years where technology not only did not advance, it went backward and they destroyed it. And there's no way they can go back. And even though there'd be like infinite commercial opportunities for Michael Jackson to do a concert on the moon.
Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made. I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you...
It hurt me to wake up and see my beautiful black people suffer, victimized by the oppressive, harsh realities of the hood. I guess even though we were free, we were still slaves in the mind.
Message! Hey, all right, y'all. How's everybody going today, man? This is The Pilot, Episode 1. Slavery is a choice. It really is. I'm Ty Trolling, CEO, Top Team Entertainment, best rapper on YouTube, hands down, no questions asked. Hold up, let me pause my Xbox. Alright, man, and I know what y'all thinking. Hey, slavery is a choice. Why would I say that? Well, let's just talk about in the context of business, okay? Because if you do not own anything, you can't complain about anything. It might not make any sense, but let's talk about Robert Sarver. Full disclosure, PSA, public service announcement. I do not condone any kind of sexual misconduct, any bullying, any mistreatment of anybody despite color, race, creed. I don't promote none of that ish right there. But I do believe in having ownership of a company and you doing things your way, whether or not it's in the right moral stance, you doing things your way. Y'all heard at the beginning of this video what Robert Sarver was accused of saying and doing, and this whole Council Me Too movement is just getting it's getting too much. It's getting too much. It's another example of victimhood by our people. Black people, I gotta say it, they think that we can't take people to call us the N-word. Not saying that the word is acceptable, I'm saying that it's just a word. They're just words, okay? Everybody reacts to everything differently, but to me, it's just words. And for this man to get fined $10 million, yeah, he's a billionaire, it's not but a drop in the bucket. But for this man to get punished for things that he did at his own job, his own workplace. He owns the team, people. He's not the coach. He's not a general manager. He is the owner. Everything starts at the top. He is at the very top of the organization. Do y'all hear me? Okay. And they told this man repeatedly since 2004. This man been saying the N-word, is saying misogynist things, and yet 18 years later, he's still, come on, man. It's the worst kept secret. He's being used as a scapegoat. Once again, I'm not defending anything that he does, but when you got to a point where people try to dictate how you do your job, that's your job, That your company that you actually own, I got a big problem with that, man. Which is why I'm a wage slave, right? I'm a wage slave. I'm on a plantation. I used to be that kind of guy to complain about stuff, man. Oh man, they got me in this section. I want to work this section, man. Oh man, I hate this job. Oh, this and that and third. Oh, I hate my managers, man. They out. But I had to realize, first I had to take responsibility. If I didn't like what I was doing in my job, either I get better at my job, or I should quit, find another job, or start my own business. It took me 35 years to realize that, right? It took 35 years to realize that if I want to change my situation as far as financially, I have to take things into my own hands. You feel me? Not saying there's anything wrong with 9 to 5. People got 9 to 5. People do 9 to 5. But I just feel like I just don't want anybody to tell me what to do. I don't like anybody telling me what to do. You call it what you want to call it. Call it lazy. Call it selfish. It's just me. Which is why one day I will be off the plantation. I will be off the wage plantation one day. Right? So when I say stay out of white people's business, that's exactly what I mean. And I not stutter when I say that. Okay? So yeah. That's a form of slavery. We call that wage slavery. Okay? Now, another form of slavery. Look, man. The earth is flat. The earth is flat. Check this out.
Why won't people talk about the moon landing? Is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. It's like retarded. So the one thing in the last 60 years where technology not only did not advance, it went backward and they destroyed it. And there's no way they can go back. And even though there'd be like infinite commercial opportunities for Michael Jackson to do a concert on the moon or a military implication, they just can't go back because they destroyed the technology and it's way too hard to bring it back. So anyway,
let me stop it right there, man. Shout out to... He went through his own little journey when it comes to flat earth. I just want to piggyback off what he said. The moon landing. Yes, I'm talking about the moon landing. Y'all don't find it strange that we went to the moon, right? They televised it. Everybody seen on television. The president was talking to, you know what I'm saying, to the people on the spaceship with no lag. No lag. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't get on the plane and have reception. I digress. If you just think about it, just really sit and think about it. The moon landing is the most asinine, absurd deceptions of all time. I believe the moon is a plasma or something of that nature. I take that back. I believe the moon is a mirror. It's our mirror, magic mirror in the sky. That's what I believe. I got proof? No, I don't. But I do have proof that we are not on a globe spinning through outer space every which way, chasing the sun and our moon.
Neil and Buzz, the President of the United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over.
That would be an honor.
Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House.
All right, man. Somebody gotta see it. If you actually seen that clip and really think that shit really happened the way that it did, there are so many plot holes when it comes to this whole moon landing agenda. Now, back in 1968, I believe, before the internet, before social media, before cell phones, before flat screens, before internet. But all you had was probably 5 or 6 channels that everybody in the United States had to watch. So the people who actually thought that was actually real and true, you can't really blame them for that. But if you're sitting here in 2022 and you got any kind of common sense, you need to come to the grips that we never went to the moon and we cannot land on the moon because the moon is not physical. It's a map, allegedly. It's a map. It's not hollow. It's not physical. It's not made of cheese. It's a reason why we only see one. It's a reason why we only see the same face of the moon all the time. That in itself should prove that the Earth is not a globe. And when I say the moon is a map, let me just show y'all a quick clip right here, and I'll come right back with my commentary about it.
And glistening in the moonlight. Mirror, mirror, look beyond yourself, he said. What do you see? And there it was, just as it had always been. Mirror, mirror, way up high. Mirror, mirror, in the sky. Mirror, mirror, oh how they lie.
Man, when I first seen that, it blew my mind. Don't believe anything that you read, hear, or say. Try to do experiments for yourself. We don't know for a fact that the moon is a map, but it's a very more plausible answer than us being in the globe and we still only see one side of the moon, despite the fact that we're going so many miles per hour, you know what I'm saying, space in the orbit. Never mind that, right? Oh no, never mind that. So we have a responsibility for the truth, okay? Now, it might be kind of hard to believe about the moon, but once again, wow, I should read a notification about space.com. Okay, my bad. Yeah, so that puts the moon landing, it brings it into serious questions about the moon landing. Because if it's not solid, I know what y'all thinking. If it's not solid, then how did they land on the moon? How did they show us that? How did they even fake it? Right? Well, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but astronauts, as in not astronauts, NASA, not a space agency. Do you know how they train? Do anybody know what astronauts do to train for they train in the water? It's not a conspiracy theory. These are facts. They train in the water. So if you put two and two together and they train basically in a pool in the water, that kind of explains bubbles in space, right? That kind of puts bubble in space into a real, you know what I'm saying? It's viable. It's viable. But before I end this episode of Slavery is a Choice, which is a very short episode, it's a pilot episode, we're just trying to test it out. I want to play this clip before I get ready to leave out, right? I want y'all to digest this, listen to it, don't just hear it, right? I want y'all to listen to it, and I'll catch y'all on this episode. Tabby Cholin. Remember, slavery is a choice. No nigga lose November. Sign a petition. Link in the description. It's not a request, it's an order. I'm gone, y'all. I'm out of here.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen, so in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going. But I think I know. Because we didn't.
It hurt me to wake up and see my beautiful black people suffer, victimized by the oppressive, harsh realities of the hood. I guess even though we were free, we were still slaves in the mind.
Message!